to close out their event with a win. Allyce Jones will serve to start us off.
Aggressive right out the gate right there with the 2E from Allyce and then the closeout by Genie. That's kind of what we want to see for the rest of this match with this pairing.
And for this Utah squad, Allyce Jones, Genie Erokhina suffered a loss to Kaylin Campbell and Jelena Ingram earlier today, looking to respond.
Some firepower from Rohrabacher of her own. It's not going to work out well for Genie and Allyce if they are standing back, receiving those attacks rather than implementing some of their own attack game first.
0-1-1.
And all four ladies came ready to play in this one.
Don't mind that attack there by Genie. She had pretty good positioning on that court.
1-1-1.
Just the hands from Brooklyn, too good. Knotted up at 1.
That's the one. That's what we want. We want Genie taking those to finish the point off.
Again, Genie Erokhina standing tall at 6 feet, right? Not a lot of length like that in the women's game.
Yeah, she's
uses it to her advantage.
So you kind of see a little bit of a yo-yo going on that point with Genie and Allyce taking control at the beginning of the point, but then Rohrabacher and Kawamoto do what they do best, getting back into the point, resetting it, and then countering back with their own firepower to end the point.
So Brooklyn takes a 2-1 lead. Through the middle goes Racher Rohrabacher.
And what made that really hard to read was that she held that ball for a while before she made that acceleration
3-1-2
with her forehand down the middle.
Side out.
You hear Racher Rohrabacher after that one. Got a ball. She likes that high backhand.
She does. They got lucky on that one. She was waiting on that counter.
As the serve goes back to the Blatt.
1-3-1.
Great digs, though, by Allyce. One off the net cord, one off of her toes. Just a little too much by the Rohrabacher and Kawamoto.
Taking the full force of a Rohrabacher overhead.
Yeah,
still not winning the point.
Side out. Three, 1-1. Fault.
And Allyce Jones trying to make her way into the middle there, but does fall into the kitchen. Foot fault called by our referees. And we have gotten a lot of those foot fault calls being challenged this weekend, but it doesn't look like we're going to get one there.
4-1-1.
Brooklyn leads 4-1 now.
Second serve.
Another one of those low speed ups where Kawamoto and Rohrabacher are sitting on the counter, but they just, for some reason, couldn't put that back down into the court, having them sail a little long.
Interesting to see if we're going to see Allyce Jones and Genie Erokhina unwind the stack, but they do keep Allyce Jones on the left. We'll see if that continues. Lob winner.
And Allyce into the screen.
What a shot.
Good effort, though.
Just wanted to take a second, make sure Allyce Jones is okay. Looks like she is.
5-1-2.
5-1 now.
Point,
Missed
timeout,
return.
change in, 6-1-2.
Brings us to the side off picture. Brooklyn in 5th and Utah in 9th. A great event for Brooklyn so far. 3-0. Looking to make it 4 here.
Great stab by Genie there, cutting that ball off with her forehand. Really good counterattack.
That's an important point coming out of the side switch for Utah. Trailing 1-6.
1-6-1.
But they get the serve back.
Point. Two, 6-1.
And just the speed up off the bounce, no good that time for Allyce Jones. We've seen her attempt that shot a few times here, Walter, with mixed success.
Right.
Miscommunication in the middle.
I've seen that a couple times now. Yes.
Nice lob for Allyce Jones.
So the initial miscommunication was actually what led to the rest of the sequence of events at that point. I've seen that a couple times. Great shot by Kawamoto there to end that point.
Again, when both teams are at the kitchen line, we are seeing just a huge advantage for Brooklyn so far, with Rohrabacher and Kawamoto so steady and solid, while at the same time crafty at the kitchen line. As when I say that, of course, we get a missed 5th shot.
Win probably might have played a factor there too. Good effort, though, by Rohrabacher and Kawamoto. Just too much by Genie on the counters.
Serve goes back to Utah.
2-7-1.
Deficit still at 5.
Really good reset there by Genie with the two-handed backhand on the forehand side. Difficult shot to execute. And then the final put-away ball.
3-7-1.
And that overhead catching Jackie Kawamoto. Genie Erokhina saved there. That one was not going to stay in.
But that's where you see kind of the contrast in attack balls. Both of them hit a forehand. Genie's was on the end of the point, which is why we're probably going to want to see Genie taking those middle balls to end that point, if possible.
Again, middle balls, again. An issue.
Good dig by Allyce there.
Second serve.
So that's the other part, is the dig game is Allyce's game. So what we kind of want to see from their side is more of the digging and the setting up by Allyce than the closing out by Genie.
Allyce Jones with the drive and a nice run from Utah. They bring it to 7-5.
5-7-2.
Ooh. Just late there on that take back of Genie Erokhina.
Maybe a little bit too big of a take back on her windup.
Sometimes just the eyes get so wide, you see an attackable ball, the play is unraveling just as you expected it to.
7-5-1.
But unable to put that one away.
Nice counter by Allyce Jones. Way to keep both balls deep and both of her opponents pinned.
7-5-2. Out.
That one just wide from Rohrabacher. Serve goes back to Utah. A really nice response.
You maintaining your out call?
We are.
After review, the call on the court stands. The ball was out.
And just as we
Brooklyn
expected,
Pickleball
Walter,
team, you lose 1 free challenge. You have 2 remaining. Utah, you have 3 free challenges remaining. We'll resume play at side out 5-7-1.
Trailing 5-7.
Time in. 5-7-1.
So as you see there, Allyce trying to do what they had done for the past few points, driving that third.
You
but
cannot,
you see
because the
Rohrabacher
ball
and
died
Kawamoto
on the
at
other
kitchen
side of the
line.
net. That's the rule. The prior bounce, you can challenge if it dies on your side of the net.
Allyce Jones questioning.
Something about
It doesn't
the
have to go over the net to die. I don't write the rules, I enforce them. Second serve.
And Onisha Smith just laying down the law in a respectful manner. It's great. It's tough, but it's respectful. Modicum of professionalism.
Right. She says, I don't write the rules, I just enforce them.
Yes. It's a true statement. It's factual.
Very matter of fact and just terse.
Yes. That is going to make it second serve if we're able to get going again. Connor Garnett having a little chat with our referee just to make sure, I think, that he's able to get the full lowdown on the situation and know for the future, as we'll see
5-7-2
next in men's doubles.
Ooh, that's a tough lob to attempt. On a reach plus wind.
Plus on the backhand as well.
And on backhand.
Out of the air, volley
yeah.
lob as well. Serve back to Brooklyn as the wind really picking up here with Lifetime Rancho San Clemente.
That's it right there, keeping them pinned. So you see Kawamoto having to run back for that ball, then Rohrabacher having to retreat to get closer to Kawamoto, and then both Allyce and Genie applying the pressure, keeping the pressure on, and keeping Kawamoto and Rohrabacher back in transition.
Point.
Erokhina gets tagged there from Rohrabacher off the bounce. We saw the out call from Allyce Jones, but just too late. Erokhina not able to get out of the way of that one.
And that's probably the tactic Rohrabacher and Kawamoto want to employ when attacking Genie. Genie's so good with her reach and her ability to counter fast balls, but something that's jamming for her with such long arms might be a more difficult task.
And Racher Rohrabacher taking over, and we see the roar
of Rohrabacher
after that one. 9-5.
Timeout, Utah Black Diamonds, 9-5-2.
Of the win.
Point.
And a foot fault called on Genie Erokhina. Just not, you never want to be called for a foot fault, but especially not when you're now down game point, 10-5.
And right after a timeout as well.
Side out.
Game point saved. Serve goes back to Utah. Some work to do here to stay in this one.
5-10-1. Second serve. 5-10-2.
Genie trying to cut that ball off with her forehand there. A little bit too much reach for her.
Game point number 2
10-5-1.
for Rohrabacher and Kawamoto. And that overhead goes wide from Allyce Jones, and it's the Brooklyn Pickleball team striking first in our third match of the day on Shane Hovenier and Ryan Fu earlier today.
0-0-2.
They were up in that one, but couldn't quite close it out. They'll be looking to write a different story here against Brooklyn. And it's high octane from the jump.
And speaking of jump, notice Tyler Loong jumping to get that last ball. Connor Garnett jumping to get his first one. They wanted to take those balls out of the air in efforts of taking time away from AJ and Rafa.
And now we've got just the best display of teamwork that I think I've ever seen in Major League Pickleball. Connor Garnett tying the shoe of Tyler Loong. Look, if that doesn't say, hey, this guy's my teammate, but he's also my bestie, I don't know what does, Walter.
Yeah, and Tyler's just getting a kick out of this.
So is the crowd. Love to see them enjoying it as Utah on the board first. Come on, you gotta love it.
1-0-2. Point.
Some of that team bonding coming off on Connor's drive there.
It's Utah out to a
2-0-2.
2-0 lead.
Side out. Zero, 2-1.
Nice deep return by Tyler. Oh, Tyler all over that speed up by AJ.
Second serve.
I think they played them a little bit too much. They know each other's tactics.
0-2-2.
Ernie counter there from Tyler Loong.
Waiting before he even hit that ball. Really tough speed up there by Connor Garnett. Normally on that attack, you see a person speeding up in front or up the middle. That one went cross court, which is why Rafa and AJ both weren't sitting on that counter.
Somehow stays in the angle. We know Connor Garnett loves that two-handed backhand.
Second serve.
You certainly see why there is. Tyler Loong lets out a yell.
It's the second drive he's missed short into the net. He's kind of gesturing that he needs to get under that ball a little bit more with his breeze.
Perhaps even just mentally having those stitches removed from the leg, maybe making it a little bit more difficult for him just to do that naturally.
And you're seeing AJ go at Tyler a few times now, beginning of this match. We're only a couple points in, but
0-2-1.
Tactic.
Point.
Ooh, and Connor wants that one back. He had a couple good counters there and just had to close out that last one and get the final job done.
1-2-1. Second serve.
Rafa attempting the slice dink there. Standing a little bit too tall, caught a little bit too high on the back of that ball.
1-2-2. Side out.
Great put away there by Tyler Loong.
It's Utah leading 2-1.
2-1-1.
Looking to even this match going into mixed doubles. And Utah ready for that speed up.
And AJ opting for a little bit more of aggressive play today. I've seen quite a few of these speed ups by him.
3-1-1.
Almost an exceptional combo from Loong, just sends it wide.
So it's interesting looking at both lefties here. You see Rafa Hewett and Tyler Loong. Both are very aggressive with how much of that corner they're cutting off. Both are looking for the Ernie. So you see Rafa shifting that way, and you also see Tyler shifting to the edge. Which is why you're noticing these dinks going to them are not going to the corners, but middle.
Side out.
As Connor Garnett goes for his trademark ATP. No good on that one.
Ooh, Tyler attempting the Ernie there. And even just the sheer movement sometimes throws an opponent off. And Tyler, even though he didn't hit that Ernie, made AJ take his eyes off that ball. A little over-aggressive there by Rafa, attempting that speed up from really low.
3-1-1. Point.
So that lean AJ did was from his hips, which made the angle of that counter increasingly difficult and caused it to go to the net. Bending from the knees probably would help him.
4-1-1. Second serve.
We are seeing a lot of third shot drives from Utah. Connor Garnett just had one. Another one into the net for Tyler Loong.
4-1-2.
Still trying to dial that in.
Yep, that's number 4 and in the net by him.
And
Connor hits the same exact spot.
It's like it's target practice, but if you're going to be that precise, may as well move the target.
Still slightly bit higher.
1-4-1.
Brooklyn stuck on one for a few side outs. And the net cord on the return not going to help them there.
1-4-2.
Great speed up by Connor, finding the middle there. Rafa sliding to the right, leaving that opening.
4-1-1. Point.
That one wide, and Utah just in full control. It's really just, they're putting maybe one, maybe 2 points on each side out. Just Brooklyn unable to get off number 1.
Great defense by AJ there. Oh, and the easiest of all the shots he misses to the tape. And that's typically how it
Utah
goes.
Black Diamonds. Time in.
As we go back to championship court, Utah leading 6-1 over Brooklyn in men's doubles.
Another drive to the net by Tyler Loong. Tactically, I would say if I was Connor Garnett, maybe I'll take a few of those drives to take some of that pressure away from Tyler until he starts getting those drives a little higher.
So even though you've got 2 forehands in the middle, you could opt for Connor to take a little bit more court on the left side.
Yeah, just to get his bearings back. Because those are missed opportunities there with those missed thirds. Ooh.
And it was a great athletic display from Connor Garnett, and probably the easiest shot he has, unable to hit it squarely on the paddle. And we hear the crowd going crazy for Rafa. Hewett trying to get Brooklyn into gear. And that will help as Rafa Hewett lets Tyler Loong hear it, drives that backhand straight at him.
2-6-1.
The 2-E by AJ Koller.
2 in a row for Brooklyn. If you're Brooklyn, you cannot have asked for a better few points out of the side switch.
3-6-1.
You get 2, you get a quick side out, and you get 2 on the board.
The flick attempt by AJ was a little bit low, I feel like, for that type of a ball. Also coming at quite a bit of pace. Really hard to get grab on that ball.
And off the net.
Unfortunate, as AJ was at the right place at the right time until it hit the net cord.
See some amazing gets on defense there from Rafa Hewett. Simply just putting his paddle out there, letting the ball hit it, somehow getting it over the net.
Yeah, just those push resets.
Not good enough. Serve back to Utah.
Tyler attempting that drive a little higher there.
And it looked like Connor Garnett did try and come over and take that third shot, but Tyler Loong's like, no, I got it. And hey, it worked out, at least from the third shot part.
Yeah.
Not in the actual point construction.
So now that's pretty evident. As that drive went about 4 feet above that net, Tyler, it's in his mind probably about missing to the net.
3-6-1.
He's not going to miss that one, though.
Second serve.
No. Tyler Loong, I'd say, had an underrated overhead. When he really gets the crack, he
can get some pop.
Definitely get some pop on it. And we see it there. It's like he heard me speaking.
That's right.
Lunging across the kitchen line to put that one away. Utah's been stuck on 6 since we switched sides. See if they can get one here. And they do, right on cue as Hewett sends that one long.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just a couple of good put-away balls to start that momentum back up again.
7-3-1.
Speaking of put-away balls, Connor with the backhand of his own.
Timeout, Brooklyn Pickleball team, 8-3-1.
It's a special atmosphere for that Sunday night pickleball, that prime time pickleball experience. Can't wait for this Southern California crowd to experience it.
Second serve.
Tyler into the net out of this timeout.
Struggles continuing for Loong.
8-3-2.
Even though Utah still leading by 5. Just the hands from Tyler Loong. Even that drive from Koller Garnett stayed really high.
I think the breeze is kind of playing a little bit of a role here too. They need to aim a little higher
9-3-2
to clear that net.
9-3 now for Utah. Finished with the Ernie from Rafa. Hewett splits the middle. It doesn't take much to give Rafa Hewett some momentum. We'll see if that helps him out here. Dig his team out of the hole.
Point.
As we hear Bobby Edwards there saying, great call, AJ.
4-9-1.
Just cheering the team on in any way that he can.
No need. 4-9-1.
Watch Tyler and Rafa both posturing to the corners, looking for that Ernie attempt. Tyler,
we see it then. Ernie. Tyler Loong.
Really great hands and patience by both teams.
You see Rafa Hewett, the one to pull the trigger cross court at his fellow lefty Tyler Loong, but he was fully on that one.
4-9-2. Flat out.
This third gives the ball back to Utah at 9-4.
9-4-1.
And that's a sight you don't want to see when you're on the other side of the court. It's a take back for Connor's two-handed backhand.
Just tags AJ Koller off the bounce, brings up a game point
10-4-1
for Utah.
Second serve.
Koller Garnett 0 for 2 now on the ATPs in this game. Was looking to finish it off in style.
And they do have another attempt at this, though. So maybe he might still be able to get that style point.
10-4-2.
Game point number 2 coming up. And that is going to do it.
Game 11-4,
Black Diamonds even up the contest. So as we look forward here to mixed doubles, we've got Garnett and Allyce Jones out there now looking to come back from a loss. What are the keys for success to them in this mixed doubles matchup that you're going to be looking for?
Yeah, I think, you know, Allyce is just super scrappy. I mean, she's diving all over the court. She's putting her body on the line. I mean, CJ super rock solid. You know, he's usually probably going to drive that third ball. And he's just super solid at the net. He's you know, it kind of gets a lot of balls back, and that's kind of, I think, going to be the factor. Just get one ball back. Just, you got to be consistent. Got to be, you know, moving the ball around. I mean, Jackie over here and Rafa are solid as well. So, you know, it's in a format like this, every point counts. There's not a lot of room for error. So whoever kind of starts out hot and kind of keeps that momentum going.
Well, Yates, we'll let you get back down there and support your team. Thanks so much for taking time out of the day to come hang with us.
No worries.
And good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
As we get back now to championship court, we're tied up at 1 in our first mixed doubles game.
Second serve.
And so we heard from Yates Walter that looking for the defense of Allyce Jones and just a scrappy performance from this team. We'll see if they can deliver against Jackie Kawamoto and Rafa Hewett.
Yeah, and he also mentioned there that takes a nice little quick start, as you don't have much time with these types of matchups to get back into the game.
Point.
Quick hands battle won by Rafa there. Jackie with the great hands to counter the speed up that was initially started by the other team.
2-1-2.
That one just wide there as serve goes back to Utah.
One, 2-1.
Too good from Garnett, all over the court.
There's too much firepower there. Probably have to walk that one off for a couple seconds.
I got tired just watching all the defense from Rafa and Jackie, and then Connor running around at the kitchen line. I mean, my goodness.
Right back at it with his serve.
It feels like that, a point like that can maybe, it only means 1 on the scoreboard, but it can maybe mean a few extra that you don't necessarily see, just giving some confidence to Utah. That one catches the line for Rafa Hewett.
And Rafa barking back at Connor, hopefully giving a little boost of energy to his side.
2-2-2.
Way to be ready there by Allyce Jones, sliding over for the backhand block after Kawamoto tried to get her on a speed up.
Such a solid right side player in mixed doubles. Connor and Allyce have played multiple mixed doubles tournaments together on the PPA Tour. They've had some success, had some deep runs. We'll be hoping that that experience helps them put Utah ahead in this one.
Second serve. 2-3-2.
Great move there by Rafa, who's already on the move before Connor and Allyce even got to that first ball.
And we see the Ernie with the two-hand backhand Ernie. Don't always see that. I think a lot of times there'll be a one-handed flick off that Ernie.
Yeah, that just shows how much time he gave himself there.
Side out.
As the 2E
that one
takes a little more time to prep.
Just wide. It looked like Rafa was about to challenge it, but decides not to.
3-3-1.
Switch servers knotted up at 3.
Second serve.
Another net cord on that drive. Been seeing that quite a bit today.
3-3-2.
A little bit more than usual.
Point.
And you think that's the wind that's mostly playing a role in that, Walter?
Yeah, that could be the conditions right now. A little bit swirlier. As Rafa missed that one to the net as well.
I feel like it has been kind of swirling all week, but just maybe just a little stronger today on court.
Great aggression by Jackie there, taking advantage of a little bit of a floater dink.
3-4-1.
And that's what Connor's going to need to do there.
Serve.
Take aggression out, take over that middle, and take it to the other team.
Two.
And that serve missed.
Out. 4-3-1.
In a game that is by side out scoring, you feel like those serves just mean a little bit more. Again, going to 11.
Great dig by Connor there.
And to let that one go from Rafa Hewett pays off.
And the fact that he had the time to say that many words
right,
means that that was sitting for quite some time.
Instead of just me or out or no.
Yeah.
Oh. 0 for 3 on ATPs today is Connor Garnett, usually his bread and butter. But he will surely keep trying them, is known for that shot, known for that two-handed backhand. It's one of the many things that makes him such a strong singles player.
Yeah, he's not going to let off on that.
3-4-1.
I mean, he's marketed his brand off of the two-handed backhand. It's not like he can just give it up now.
Good pick up there by Allyce right off the net cord. Not an easy thing to do, as it changed the trajectory of the flight path of Jackie Kawamoto's speed up ball.
And even more impressive, Walter, she was able to hit it in kind of a downward motion so that it was falling.
Yeah, that was a gimme there. Really good setup by Allyce Jones to jam up Jackie Kawamoto, giving Connor the ability to put that final ball away.
And the points coming slowly so far. Utah still leading 4-3. And it was a nice initial speed up there from Allyce Jones through the middle.
6-3-1.
Rafa Hewett and Jackie Kawamoto for Brooklyn. Trying to get back in this one.
Nice read by Koller there, taking that forehand off that lift dink, creating the opportunity for those combos of attacks.
7-3-1.
That one just put away. Yeah. No, not too big of a swing. Just Jackie Kawamoto puts her paddle out there.
And what did it was the angle, that short angle.
7-3-2.
Second serve now.
Yeah. Great put away there by Rafa Hewett, finishing the point off up the middle.
Seven one.
Sometimes the swirly wind conditions makes it pretty tough for a routine dink like that went to the net.
3-7-2.
Someone like Jackie Kawamoto, known for being so solid at the kitchen line. And the drop volley. It's a very polarizing shot in pickleball. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it pays off there for Connor Garnett.
7-3-1.
But notice every time that Kawamoto or Rafa take a dink off their back foot and do a lift dink, you'll notice Connor slide over to the right to take middle and impose some aggression.
7-3-2.
Rafa Hewett looked like he was maybe going to try and fake an ATP, tried to go back cross court.
Brooklyn Pickleball team, 8-3-2.
Utah Black Diamonds leading 8-3. Connor Garnett and Allyce Jones looking to give their team
8-3-2.
an advantage. Currently at 1-1 in games.
Great reset there by Jackie Kawamoto, but just could not close out that final speed up ball. I think it was a little bit aggressive being where she was on the court.
And just a grindy point there. Garnett can move from middle to the side, able to withstand a lot of aggressive dinks from Hewett and Kawamoto. 9-3 now. Rafa Hewett puts that one away, gets Brooklyn a much-needed side out.
3-9-1. Second serve.
The 1-E speed-up attempt by Kawamoto. Not something you see from her very often.
3-9-2.
And sped up the line there from Connor Garnett. We've seen him go cross-court on a lot of those shots, but waited for the perfect moment to take it line.
Oh, just an unfortunate roll there for Jackie Kawamoto. That ball kind of came back towards the net, making it very difficult for her to recover.
That makes it game point now for Utah.
10-3-1. Football.
And
Second
first ball
serve.
called on Connor Garnett, going for the Burt to close out the game.
Second game in a row, he's been trying to close out with some style.
Hey, style points matter. Maybe not on the scoreboard, but you got to respect the effort. Just try and close it out with some class.
Side out.
And Brooklyn have been stuck on 3 for several side outs.
3-10-1.
Backs against the wall here.
Second serve.
Aggression from both sides. Allyce and Connor just sitting on those counter balls and just destroying them back.
3-10-2.
The net certainly didn't help Rafa Hewett there.
Ooh, an ATP by Rafa Hewett around that post is beauty to see. The way he got around the outside of that ball.
Talk about style points. That's where we get them for Brooklyn.
4-10-2.
Puts one on the scoreboard as well, 4-10.
Some hang time there by Allyce Jones. She sat in the air, a little Air Jordan-esque, and then tags Rafa on the put-away ball.
10-4-1.
Serve back to Utah, game point number 3. And finished in style by Connor Garnett. Utah Black Diamonds take this one 11-4. They are up 2-1, looking to respond. We'll get started with our second mixed doubles game. Tyler Loong and Genie Erokhina for Utah, looking to close out this match against Brooklyn's AJ Koller and Racher Rohrabacher.
And you're going to see quite a bit of that in this game with AJ speeding up these balls after holding it for a little bit, try to take your attention away and then just speeding up at your body. Genie not quite there on that slide to take that last ball.
Rohrabacher and Koller 3-0.
0-0-1.
The ace so far for Brooklyn in this event. They've not lost, and they need a win here to force a Dreambreaker against Utah.
0-0-2.
As we see Bobby Edwards there cheering on Brooklyn.
And you see AJ missing that into the net cord, which is what Rohrabacher did on the previous point.
0-0-1.
We're going to have to keep track here about the thirds that are going into the net cord. Good positioning there on the attack by Racher Rohrabacher, keeping it behind Genie's left foot.
0-0-2.
And that's one of the strengths of Racher Rohrabacher is the hands that she has on speed-ups, counters, and quick hands battles, something that is a very good benefit and weapon to have in a mixed doubles pairing.
0-0-1.
So much pace and power on that forehand, and it's not too big of a stroke either. And the ATP from AJ Koller.
And what made that one peculiar and held Tyler off is that it was kind of like a slice floaty ATP.
1-0-1.
something different from what most people hit, which is a more flat or topspin oriented.
Second serve.
And Rachel wants that one back. She was there with ample time, just misstruck that ball.
1-0-2. Point.
And that one pushed wide by Tyler Loong. Brooklyn out to a 2-0 start.
2-0-2. Side out. Zero, 2-1. Second serve.
Great hands there by AJ Koller.
0-2-2.
Short counter strokes.
Side out.
The missed serve gives Brooklyn the ball back.
2-0-1.
Another flick backhand by AJ down the line. Something that you'll probably see quite a bit during this match.
3-0-1.
Tyler Loong covering the middle there, not really on that line. AJ Koller takes advantage. We see Koller try and go again. A little sneaky, faster attack on that backhand flick. Doesn't pay off, though.
Yep, 3-0-2. As that happened the last 2 points in a row already. Once again, going with that flick attack, creating the opportunity for the put-away ball.
AJ Koller on fire here in this mixed match.
4-0-2.
Brooklyn needing a win to force a Dreambreaker.
Point.
Great drive by AJ there.
Everything working.
Yeah, just dipping, making it really hard for Genie to get really a solid paddle on it.
5-0-2.
And relentless attack from Brooklyn. I cannot wait for that one. These players, these GMs, and of course all the fans have a ton to look forward to in MLP in these coming weeks.
And Genie with the offensive move there with the forehand put away right out the gate.
Through the middle, little off speed from AJ Koller.
0-6-2.
It's interesting because you see Genie have to stack up against AJ, girl versus guy, in these cross-court battles. Let's see if they maybe make a stack or some sort of positional change to help get back into this game. Nice Ernie ball by Tyler.
AJ Koller calling that one out as a joke. Tyler Loong was probably about to issue the fastest challenge that we have ever seen, if that out call was actually legit.
Point.
Tyler Loong, that one is wide, called wide by Racher Rohrabacher.
7-0-2.
No joke there, though.
Another flick up the line by AJ. Like you said in the beginning of the match, you're going to see a lot of those flicks instigated by AJ off that backhand side.
Timeout, Utah Black Diamonds, 8-0-2.
Well, they're down 8-0, so they've got to change a lot of things. But I think the first thing I would change is maybe a different setup potentially. I know they want to keep Tyler on the right with his Ernie ability and him being a lefty, but maybe they switch, maybe stack something a little bit different.
Point.
Employ a different strategy because they're getting eaten up right now by AJ's flicks, speed ups, and backhands down the line.
Time running out as that lob from Racher Rohrabacher. Not returned by Tyler Loong. 9-0. Missed return makes it game point and pickle point for Brooklyn.
10-0-2. Side out.
All right, let's see if they can make something happen here.
Tyler Loong saying to Genie Erokhina, let's go right now.
0-10-1.
Of the partner support, regardless of the score.
Second serve.
Little miscommunication there. It looked like Tyler thought Genie may have tried to take that.
0-10-2.
Taking it himself, unable to get it in. And Utah on the board. Still lots of work to do here, trailing 110.
1-10-2. Side out.
Great counter by Racher Rohrabacher there, but she's known to have really good hands off of speed ups. She's known to have really good hand speed
10-1-1.
on the counters. Probably not something you want to try at her. Maybe a drop to her might do better.
Second serve. And 1-2.
And ended with the backhand counter of AJ Koller. It's official. We are going to a Dreambreaker. Best chance to win. We'll have Connor Garnett and Rafa Hewett on court first.
Great play by Rafa, taking that backhand to the corner. Nice short angle.
1-0.
And Connor Garnett showing right there why he is currently ranked number 3 in the PPA men's singles rankings. Coming off a bronze medal at the PPA Orange County Cup here just last week.
And it all started with the deep return that he hit with that backhand.
1-1.
There's that two-way from Connor Garnett, the bread and butter. Puts Utah ahead 2-1.
2-1.
That's just long from Garnett, and they split the first rotation 2-all. Now Tyler Loong and AJ Koller. And this is where you've got to think about the potentially lingering injuries for Tyler Loong on that right arm and the left leg.
3-2.
Showing no signs of it there, though, Walter.
Really good reads by Tyler Loong right there, reading the attack balls off the forehand side of AJ Koller. Both times countering him back.
Just making one more ball gives Utah a 4-2 advantage. And off the net, and he will not complain about that.
But another early and good read by him off that counter.
A chance for a 4-0 sweep, which would be a huge momentum boost for Utah. And Tyler Loong unable to reset himself, ended up having to Ernie kind of jump over the kitchen line just to avoid a foot fault. But still a 3-1 rotation for the lefty. 5-3 as Racher Rohrabacher and Allyce Jones come out.
Point.
Great deep serve to start that point out by Racher Rohrabacher. Allyce Jones never really being able to get back into that point since then.
4-5. Point 6.
There's on the run there from Allyce Jones, forces the volley air from Racher Rohrabacher.
Yeah, and sometimes just getting that extra ball in creates the air by your opponent.
Point.
And Allyce Jones has had to play some very tough singles opponents, but has consistently been able to get points where needed. Racher Rohrabacher, a tough opponent as well. We've not seen Racher Rohrabacher play a ton of singles events on the PPA side, but showing there that she is very capable of bringing out her best stuff. That one split 2-all. Utah still leading 7-5. Now Jackie Kawamoto and Genie Erokhina, as Kawamoto takes advantage of the missed return.
6-7.
And this could be very interesting.
Cannot make an out call while the ball is live.
The
player on the
Brooklyn
court has to do
bench
that.
was the one that initiated the call.
7-7.
Appreciate all the work they do, ensuring every match goes smoothly. Back to play.
Side out, point 8. Seven. Point.
And another 2-2 rotation between these two. Tyler Loong's 3-1 rotation against AJ Koller. The difference so far is Utah leading 9-7 as Connor Garnett and Rafa Hewett return to the court.
9-7. Point.
Missed return from Hewett.
10-7.
Will switch sides once one team gets to 11. We could see that here. And we do. Missed return from Rafa Hewett, and we will go to the side switch with Utah leading 2-0, or excuse me, 11-7 over the Brooklyn Pickleball team, looking to secure a Dreambreaker victory. As players and teams switch sides. Earlier this event, Walter, we saw Utah come back from a 4-12 deficit against the Phoenix Flames, coming back to win 21-18. So they know how to win in these Dreambreaker moments. That stays in from Connor Garnett, showcasing his singles prowess. And for Brooklyn, one of just two teams that does not yet have a Dreambreaker victory on the season. It's Brooklyn and the Texas Ranchers. Looking to change that here.
Point.
And a 4-0 rotation for Connor Garnett over Rafa Hewett.
And 3 of those with missed returns.
Makes it 13-7, a 6-point advantage for the Black Diamonds.
13-7.
Too good by Tyler there, covering lots of court laterally with that one big explosive lateral step to close out that point with that forehand.
Utah doubling up Brooklyn, 14-7.
Side out, point 8.
And that's what AJ is going to have to do to get back into this, is by getting to that net first.
8-14.
That's too good there from AJ Koller.
Great passing shot by him.
And the Brooklyn bench loving it. They know they need to find some momentum, try and work their way back into this.
Point.
And 3 in a row there for AJ Koller against Tyler Loong. As Allyce Jones and Racher Rohrabacher take the court once again.
10-14.
That stays in. Racher Rohrabacher finds the backhand up the line.
That was a really smart move by Rachel there, passing first time on the right, or on Allyce's right, and then going back to the same side to get behind her.
Clinical from Rohrabacher, a standout college tennis player at the University of South Carolina.
Timeout,
showing
Utah
us
Black
that
Diamonds,
she's still got
12-14.
it in. 2 more points coming up.
Time in. 12-14.
And sails that one.
Timeout, point 15. (15-12).
And a 3-1 rotation for Racher Rohrabacher brings it to 13-15. Now Genie Erokhina and Jackie Kawamoto, they split.
13-15.
First rotation 2-all.
Point.
Nice approach up the line there from Kawamoto, forcing the air. Brooklyn now within 1.
14-15.
And Jackie Kawamoto goes back behind Genie Erokhina. So difficult to pass Erokhina, like we talked about, standing at 6 feet tall, but executed to perfection there. Tied at 15.
Point.
Just pinpoint accuracy by Jackie right now. Left, right, she's kind of getting whatever she wants. And then that great angle for that last shot for the put away on that forehand.
16-15.
And a huge point there for Genie Erokhina. Gets 1 on the board. Knotted up at 16 going into the 3rd rotation of Connor Garnett and Rafa Hewett. It's a race to 5.
So let's see here if Rafa can kind of amp up his return consistency after missing 3 returns in their previous matchup.
16-16.
Garnett took the last one 4-0. And off the net. Interesting, we see a slice approach there from Connor Garnett, and Rafa Hewett takes full advantage.
17-16.
Brooklyn now with the lead.
It's a tough one to come in on. Connor's sat a little bit high, floated a little bit, could have been win. Then got passed up by Rafa's two-handed backhand down the line.
You can.
And Utah gonna
Black
challenge
Diamonds is challenging
the in-ruling.
After review, the in-ruling stands. The ball was in. Utah, you lose your free challenge. You have none remaining.
Correctly called in after review. 18-16 for Brooklyn.
18-16. Time in. 18-16. Point.
Wide there by Connor in his attempt to pass Rafa. Rafa with a little bit of momentum here, hoping to close this out.
19-16.
And what a point between 2 gladiators out there. Goes the way of Connor Garnett, but a 3-1 swing for Rafa Hewett.
Really good anticipation moves by both people there. Both Rafa, both Connor.
AJ Koller and Tyler Loong returning. The Black Diamonds trailing 17-19.
17-19.
And just put away with an emphasis by Tyler Loong. Pulls within 1. Tyler took the first rotation 3-1. AJ took the second by the same exact score.
18-19.
Who will have the edge?
Whoa.
Cross-court pass from Tyler Loong, and we are tied at 19.
And he held that for the longest amount of time possible before whipping it cross-court with that short cross-court rolling
Brooklyn Pickleball team, 19-19.
It is tied at 19. And another drive for Tyler Loong, and it is match point Utah.
Deep serve is what he needs right here.
20-19.
Oh, and that is gonna do it. The Utah Black Diamonds win a 5-game thriller over the Brooklyn Pickleball team. They pick up a Dreambreaker victory. What a match we just saw, Walter. And the Utah Black Diamonds pull off a thrilling Dreambreaker victory over the Brooklyn Pickleball team, taking it 21-19 in that final singles contest. We've got two members of the Utah Black Diamonds standing by with us now, Connor Garnett and Tyler Loong. Thanks so much for joining us after just a wild match. Tyler, I'll start with you. You go out there in the Dreambreaker, and you're down 17-19. You reel off 4 in a row over AJ Koller. Talk us through what's going through your mind in that moment. How the heck did you get that done for your team?
Yeah, I was just taking it 1 point at a time. Big shout out to my coach, Jason Peary, back home. We've been spending too many hours working on my serve, and I've been able to implement it a little bit in these Dreambreakers especially, and I'm starting to see some of the benefits of doing that. And so, yeah, I was just taking it 1 point at a time and was able to get the points.
Connor, this next question is for you. Playing with a partner that you know has an injured leg and an injured hand, how has that kind of played a role into the psyche of your doubles matches today?
He's always wanted to tie my shoe, so he got his opportunity today.
That was a big moment. I mean, I'm not going to buy an electric bike anytime soon, but definitely Tyler and I, we're going to go out there and fight every match. And so just knowing he's out there and he's made the commitment to be on the court, you know, I fully trust him, and we're always going to battle. Results will vary, but that fight is always there, and that's the most important thing.
And Tyler, just talk about the mental resilience of this team. Had a tough match against SoCal, really just 15 minutes before you took the court against Brooklyn. How did you all respond and bring your best stuff at the end there?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough going back-to-back. Yeah, it was a little bit frustrating, but every match is a new match, and so we were able to kind of recollect. We kind of had a little powwow and just kind of got our thoughts together, and this was the last match of San Clemente, and so we wanted to go out with a bang, and I think we did.
You certainly did do that. Congrats, Connor and Tyler Loong. Great playing out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
And we are one more match here in San Clemente. It is primetime pickleball, Sunday night pickleball here on Championship Court. It's the Phoenix Flames.